Today's Game 3 features the Keystone Giants against the Presidents of Washington and Jefferson College. Fans, as a reminder, please be alert at all times during today's game. Baseballs can accidentally fly into the seating areas. Please be alert to the action. The NCAA and Missouri University want everyone to have a safe and enjoyable day watching the best college baseball in the nation. Thank you. As a reminder, NCAA Baseball Championship merchandise is available at the Mets Fieldhouse to the left of the stadium. Now let's meet today's starters. First, for Keystone. Leading off, playing center field, number 5, J.T. Thomas. Batting second, in right field, number 20, Robert Estrada. Batting third, playing first base, number 11, Anthony Ramo. Batting fourth, at second base, number 19, Giovanni Diaz. Batting fifth, designated hitter, number 27, Griffin Yastrzemski. Batting sixth, in left field, number 28, Justin Mann. Batting seventh, playing shortstop, number 1, Bobby Piccone. Batting eighth and catching, number 10, Julio Acosta. Batting ninth at third base, number 14, Chris Hadsel. And on the mound for the Giants, number 26, Jordan Art. The Giants are coached by Jamie Sepchik. He's assisted by Sean Stevens, Ace Brogna, Gary Ruby, Johnny McCarvey, Robert Goldsberry, Zach LeBaron, Brian Del Rosso, Riley Sundstrom, and Rocco DePietro. Now let's meet the starters for the home team, Washington and Jefferson Presidents. Leading off in center field, number 4, Tyler Horvath. Batting second, the designated hitter, number 21, Trevor Dean. Batting third at first base, number 15, Nolan Lutz. Batting fourth in right field, number 34, Evan Santee. Batting fifth in left field, number 7, Scout Zoss. Batting sixth, playing shortstop, number 6, Jacob LaDuca. Batting seventh, second base, number 26, Josh DeZenzo. Batting eighth and catching, number 20, Sam Schuster. Batting ninth, third base, number 3, Logan Scheider. On the mound for the Presidents, number 28, Nate Nolan. President coached by Jeff Mellon. Assisted by Josh Crummer, Tony Cascarella, Rick Rubash, Sam Basham, Peter Kulinski. At this time, you have to please rise. Gentlemen, please remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the NCAA Regionals here on this Saturday morning. It is 8:30, almost, first pitch at 8:30 here in Dallas, Pennsylvania. I'm Jim Riley. Good morning. This is the third game of what could be as many as 7 in this 4-team NCAA Division III Regional. It is a loser's bracket matchup between the Keystone College Giants, who are nearby. It didn't take them long to get here, and a team from southwestern Pennsylvania, Washington and Jefferson. Both teams yesterday gave up 10 runs with different results. For Keystone, they trailed just 1-0 in the 8th inning against Salve Regina, the top seed. And the Seahawks then scored 9 runs in the 8th inning to win that game 10-0. And that result resonated throughout certainly this region, if not beyond. Keystone, one of the highest scoring teams in the country, came into the game yesterday with the best batting average in Division III at .360, and they were held to 4 hits. Meanwhile, for Washington and Jefferson, they played the host Misericordia yesterday in a back-and-forth affair, lost 10-7. They had a lead in the 2nd inning, but the Misericordia Cougars on their home field strung together some runs. They led 3-0 with their ace on the mound, Tyler Horvat, but fell behind after the 2nd inning. They got within 7-6 in the 7th before 3 runs in the 8th sealed it for Misericordia. So the loser of this game will be sent home. The winner will play later today. This is the first of 3 games on this field. After this one, at roughly noon today, a winner's bracket game as the host Misericordia Cougars take on Salve Regina. The winner of this game will play the loser of the Misericordia Salve Regina game, and that's scheduled for 3:30 this afternoon. Then we'll have as many as 2 games tomorrow. We'll have an elimination game at 11 a.m. tomorrow, and if necessary, we'll play a championship game on this field at 3 o'clock or so, and that winner will advance through the NCAA regionals. Each of these teams has made it to the NCAA finals in recent years. Keystone got there in 2016 when they won 40 ball games that year. And Washington and Jefferson in 2018 came here to Dallas and beat Misericordia en route to their eventual national runner-up finish. The Presidents take the field behind right-hander Nate Nolan. Nolan this season is making his 7th start. He has an ERA of 4.35, 5-2 record. He's pitched 8 times out of the bullpen. 39 1/3 innings for Nolan, 37 hits, 21 runs, 19 are earned. He's walked 14 batters, 25 strikeouts. He's only allowed 1 home run, and opponents hit .255 against Nate Nolan. Quickly through the Keystone batting order, J.T. Thomas, the center fielder, Robert Estrada in right, Anthony Ramo, the first baseman, Giovanni Diaz at second will hit cleanup. D.H. Griffin Yastrzemski bats 5th, Justin Mann in left field, Bobby Picorni at shortstop, Julio Acosta catching, and batting 9th is third baseman Chris Hodsall. Starting for Keystone today will be right-hander Jordan Art. Washington Jefferson 31-13. They lost yesterday to end a 6-game winning streak. Keystone had won 13 of 14 coming into yesterday's game before their defeat to Salve Regina. In fact, Keystone has had a much better second half of their season. And Coach Jamie Shefchick coming off his 18th consecutive Commonwealth States Athletic Conference championship. So here we go with an elimination game in this NCAA Division III Regional. And leading off for the Keystone Giants will be J.T. Thomas. First pitch from Nolan is inside, ball 1, 57 degrees as we start play. It is cloudy, as is not expected to be much different today. Later on, it might rain. Thomas pops it up, foul, left field side, and that'll be out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike on J.T. Thomas. .366 batter with 3 homers and 3 triples. He's hit safely in 8 of his last 10. Nolan's 1-1. Check swing foul, 1 ball and 2 strikes. 390 to center field here at Tamber Field at Misericordia. The alleys are at 375, 330 down the foul lines. Here's the 1-2. There's a ball hit in the air to left field. Getting back on it is Scout Zoss, and that ball is off the fence for a two-base hit to start the ball game. Ball got lost in the banner on the fence in left field. It's a leadoff double for Thomas, and Keystone off to a quick start.
Now batting, number 20, Robert Estrada.
Robert Estrada was hitless yesterday. That ended a 14-game hitting streak. He enters play today hitting .388. Leads the team with 5 triples. Keystone, a team batting average of .355. And Estrada is hit on the helmet with the first pitch. He seems stunned, but otherwise okay, as he quickly grabs his helmet and takes his base. He's not happy about it. Well, you have to wonder about this early start. I mean, it's early for both teams, and the one group that can handle it better have an advantage. If you woke up ready to play ball, you're in good shape. Nolan, a freshman out of McDonald, Pennsylvania, West Allegheny High School. That's the 10th batter he's hit this season, and he's put himself in trouble with the middle of the order coming up. Anthony Ramos shows bunt, takes high and outside. Ramos at .352. He's one of 6 Keystone players who has at least 5 home runs. He has 5. 40 runs batted in. And he bats with 2 on and nobody out. Jamie Shefchick is going to play for an early run. Ball 2. Nolan last pitched on the 12th, last Friday. Went 5 innings, gave up 3 hits and 3 runs in their PAC tournament. Long look at Thomas, the runner at second. And Ramos is willing to give up the out, and Nolan falls behind 3-0. Infield at double play depth with the shortstop LaDuca trying to keep Thomas as close as he can at second. Strike 1 on the outside corner. 3-1 now. Let's see if Ramos allowed to take a hack here at 3-1. The third baseman, Logan Scheider, in on the grass. All other infielders are about halfway. Well, Ramos is going to square right off the bat. Three and 1 the count on Ramo as we start things with a Keystone rally. Here's his bunt. Well done. That's going to go for an infield single, and the Keystone Giants load the bases with nobody out. That is a perfect bunt. And now the cleanup hitter, second baseman Giovanni Diaz, comes up. Diaz at .355. He is tied for the team lead with 9 home runs. He leads the way with 45 RBIs. And looking at this situation, he couldn't get into the batter's box quick enough. Swing and a miss and a breaking ball. Nolan set. Here's his 0-1. Slow bouncer to third. Scheider charges, throws home just in time to get Thomas on the force play. First out of the inning, bases stay loaded for Griffin Yastrzemski. He's the other Keystone Giant with 9 homers. He's hitting right at .400, 40 hits in 100 times at bat. Sacks full with 1 out. Yastrzemski fouls off a curveball. No balls and 1 strike on Griffin Yastrzemski. Estrada trying to distract the pitcher Nelson, who instead throws to second. And getting back safely is Anthony Ramo. Nothing in 1 on Griffin Yastrzemski with the bases full and 1 out. There's a ball driven down the right field line, and it is fair. And going to the corner, Estrada scores. Ramo is coming home. Right behind him is Diaz. The throw is late. It's a 3-run double for Griffin Yastrzemski. And Keystone jumps out quickly. Yastrzemski now with 42 RBIs, a 3-run double. Runner at second with 1 out, and the batter is Justin Mann, the team's leading hitter, at .457. Takes the first pitch high. Mann's only been to the plate 70 official at-bats, has 32 hits. This is only his 18th start among 45 games. Jammed, and it's a pop-up going foul beyond first base, and a nice over-the-shoulder catch by Nolan Lutz for the second out. Bobby Picorni, the shortstop, steps up. Picorni's hit safely in 8 straight. Batting .362. He has 5 home runs. Keystone this year fell below 10 runs a game yesterday. Swing and a miss. They entered play with 426 runs in 42 games. They did not score at all yesterday, so their average fell below 10, but they're working to bring it back here with 3 runs in the first. Early lead in this elimination game. 0-1 to Picorni is in for strike 2. Jordan Art getting the early run support. He's a local product who pitched pretty well for the Giants through the season. Nolan's 0-2 is outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Bobby Picorni. Junior shortstop from Margate, Florida. Bats with a runner at second and 2 out. Bouncing ball to the second baseman, Josh DeCenzo. That ends the inning. Keystone starts things with 3 runs on 3 hits. No errors, 1 man left. After a half inning, it's Keystone 3 and Washington and Jefferson coming to bat. Here's the batting order for the Washington and Jefferson Presidents with the record this season of 31-13, managed by Jeff Mountain, who not long ago won his 600th game as coach there, and he's now at 603. Tyler Horvat, the center fielder, leads off. Trevor Dean is the DH batting second. First baseman Nolan Lutz hits third. Evan Santee is the right fielder batting fourth. The left fielder is Scout Zoss batting fifth. Batting 6th, shortstop Jacob LaDuca. Josh DeCenzo, the second baseman, bats 7th. Hitting 8th is catcher Sam Schuster, and third baseman Logan Scheider will bat 9th. Right-hander Jordan Art on the mound. He is making his 11th start of the season. He's pitched once in relief. In fact, it was on this field, and he didn't do particularly well that day. But as a starter, he's been terrific. ERA of 3.63, which is second on the team. Over 52 innings, he's given up 61 hits, only 9 walks. He has struck out 41 batters. Batting average a little high at .290. But with this Keystone offense, you can just throw the ball over the plate, not get yourself in trouble, and figure you're going to get runs to catch up. And other than yesterday, that has been the story all year for the Giants, and they scored 3 in the top of the first, as Julio Acosta's return throw to the mound is well offline. Just a little bit of a breeze blowing out to left, which is usually how things go here at Tamber Field at Misericordia. And Washington and Jefferson will now look to mount a comeback. Here is Tyler Horvat. Horvat, undeniably the best player on this team. He's a .382 hitter, and he had been the ace of the pitching staff. He got hit around yesterday, though. It was not his finest hour. He was also 0 for 4 at the plate. But Horvat was the Conference Player of the Year this season. Bats .382, homer, and 28 RBIs. Also had 27 stolen bases. Jordan Art's first pitch is popped up. Foul. Third base. Hodsell over for a try. It's out of his reach. Strike 1 on Tyler Horvat. Horvat hitless in 4 at-bats yesterday. He had a couple of 11-game hitting streaks to close the season. Takes high, 1 ball and 1 strike. Jordan Art played 1 season at Presbyterian University down in Clinton, South Carolina. He's out of Lakeland High School here in northeastern Pennsylvania. A 1-1 pitch. Line drive into right center field, and Horvat starts the Washington and Jefferson first with a ball that gets by Thomas in center field. Horvat gets a base hit, and there'll be an error on Thomas to allow him to advance to second. Thomas singles, takes second on the misplay, and a quick start as W&J looks to respond. This is designated hitter Trevor Dean, who had 3 hits yesterday. That moved his average to .309. As college batting averages go, Washington and Jefferson does not rank highly. They have a team average of .299. And they only have 5 guys at .300. Art's first pitch is fouled straight back. Jordan Art, last pitch 10 days ago, 4 innings and 8 hits. Walked a batter, struck out 3, and gave up 4 runs. The 0-1 pitch almost hit Dean. Had just enough break to miss him. Didn't get the strike zone, though, and the count's now 1-1. First of a triple header here today. One of these teams will win, have some lunch, and play around 3:30 this afternoon. Ball in the dirt, and racing to third is Horvat on the wild pitch. Again, the odd start time for this ball game. Because there are no lights at this field, they have to get these games in before dark, so they're starting them at 8:30. And if you're familiar with your own college days, 8:30 on a Saturday morning is not prime time. Art's pitch on 1-1, strike 2. Let's correct the count. It's 2-2. Runner at third with still no one out. Bottom of the first. Keystone ahead 3-0. Art's pitch tapped to second base. This will score a run. It's booted by Diaz. Throw wide. Another error on the Giants. RBI ground out, or not a ground out, ground ball. And it was just plumb booted by Giovanni Diaz. And here come the Presidents. That's the 11th error of the season for Diaz. Slider low and away to first baseman Nolan Lutz. Lutz homered yesterday. That was his 5th of the season. He's one of 3 with a tie for the team lead. He's knocked in 32. Second leading hitter on the team at .378. Jordan Art delivers, and the pitch is down and in for ball 2. Man at first, no one out. Washington Jefferson has scored. And they're within 3-1. There's a high foul fly down the left field line beyond the Washington and Jefferson bullpen. 2 balls and 1 strike. Both these teams coming off disconcerting games yesterday for different reasons. Keystone being shut out on 4 hits. There's a fly ball hit well to left field. Man is back at the track in front of the fence. Makes the catch. First out of the inning, a little bit scary for the Keystone partisans, but stayed in the park, and there's 1 out. Here's Evan Santee. Santee, the right fielder, had 3 hits yesterday. The Keystone discouraged by only managing 4 hits. And Washington and Jefferson had to be disappointed that they got an early 3-run lead for their top pitcher and could not hang on to it. Art delivers strike 1 to Santee on the outside corner. Evan Santee with 5 homers, 38 RBIs. Waits on the 0-1 with a runner at first and 1 out. Strike 2. That's a ball hit well to left field, but not as well as I thought. Man comes in for it. That's the 2nd out. Here's Scout Zoss, the left fielder. Zoss, a sophomore from Powell, Ohio, hitting .299 after yesterday's game. 3 home runs. Well, Art's fielders have let him down in this inning, but he can get out of it with just 1 run against and let his offense go back to work. First pitch is driven foul. Presidents saw their 6-game winning streak end yesterday. They have won 9 of their last 11 ball games, and that pitch is low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Art is set. Dean leads from first. The pitch breaks outside. Ball 2, 1 strike on Scout Zoss. Batting 5th in the order for the Presidents, who have a first inning run to climb back within 2. Trevor Dean has only attempted 2 stolen bases. He's made it once. This is not an aggressive base running team. Horvat will run, but that's about it. Zoss fouls away another one. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 out, man at first. Right-hander Jordan Art is set, and here's the 2-2. Behind Zoss, and now it's a full count. Giants play behind the runner, Trevor Dean, who gets a good head start on the 3-2, which hits the batter. And the tying runs are on base here in the first. Shortstop Jacob Leduca comes to the plate. Leduca's batting .304. Leduca was the most outstanding player of the President's Athletic Conference tournament just completed. Takes a breaking ball in the inside part of the plate. In that tournament, Leduca had 7 hits in 12 at-bats and drove in 7 runs. Big hole on the left side of the infield. Leduca fouls one down the left field line. No balls and 2 strikes on Jacob Leduca, the shortstop. 2 on and 2 out here in the last of the first inning. Quite an overshift into right center for J.T. Thomas. Picorni now moves away from second base. There's one that's off the glove of Acosta, and the runners advance to scoring position. Well, this inning, Keystone has made 2 errors, hit a batter, and thrown a wild pitch. Dean's at third, Zoss at second. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Leduca. Art's pitch. Another one back to the screen. Racing home is Dean, and it's 3-2 on back-to-back wild pitches. Keystone's lead is 3-2. Zoss is now at third base. The count is 2-2 on Jacob Leduca. Leduca fouls it straight back. Good group of Washington and Jefferson fans here. Ooh, close, but outside. Full count now on Leduca with the tying run at third. Art's pitch. Grounded foul. Another hit batsman. Back-to-back hit batters. And Jordan Art is having a little trouble with the strike zone. Now he should be in the dugout at this point. But the The defense behind him has not been cooperative, and now he faces Josh DeCenzo. DeCenzo making only his 12th start of the year. 15 hits and 39 at-bats. He does have a couple of homers. Art's pitch hit him. The third consecutive hit batsman. And Art has lost the strike zone. He's hit 3 batters and along the way thrown 2 wild pitches. He's loaded the bases with 2 out. And here's catcher Sam Schuster. And now we'll get a meeting on the mound. Doesn't appear anybody's warming up for Keystone. So a run in, 2 runs in, and 3 men still out there for the 8th place hitter, Sam Schuster, who has been swinging a good bat lately. He has 4 extra base hits in his last 5 games. Long conference with all the infielders, and they'll finally break it up.
Now batting, number 20, Sam Schuster.
Art's pitch is right there for strike 1. Schuster's batting .313. He's been in about half the games for the Presidents this year. Tying run, ground ball, slowly hit to third. Throw is in time from Hodsell, and that ends a long inning. The Presidents get back in it with 2 runs. They got only 1 hit. There were 2 errors and 3 men left on base. After an inning, it's Keystone 3 and Washington and Jefferson 2.
Hey, Aaron, you don't have a lunch reservation, do you? You don't have a reservation for lunch anywhere? Hey, listen, not yet. It's early, though. Yeah. At this rate, a Mr. Cordia game just broke out. Man, we had the hit by pitch over under. I think we're over already. 8 walks all year. And 3 wild pitches. Yeah, exactly.
Starting the 2nd inning here at Misericordia after an eventful first. 5 total runs, 4 hits, 2 errors, 4 hit batters, 3 wild pitches. Well, you've got an 8:30 a.m. start with 2 teams who have to win a ball game. And they have been a little ragged here so far. We'll see if things tidy up from now on. Julio Acosta, Keystone's catcher, leads off the 2nd inning. Acosta hitless yesterday, ending his 7th game hitting streak. Batting .333, 40 hits in 120 at-bats. Well, right-hander Nate Nolan, the freshman, gotten back into this ball game. Acosta lines that one down the left field line, and it's in for extra bases. He jumps on the first pitch of the inning, and that is the 3rd double of the day for the Giants. Already 4th hit for Keystone. Here's the third baseman, Chris Hadsel, batting ninth. Hadsel hitting .310. One thing about Keystone is they run the same players out there every game. It is a steady lineup for Coach Jamie Shefchik. Hadsel has started every game for the Giants. Misses the bunt, strike one. Someone's warming up at Keystone's bullpen. Hadsel bunts. It's foul for strike two. Dominic Verastro, who was a high school teammate of the starting pitcher Jordan Art, is warming up in the bullpen for the Giants. No balls and 2 strikes on Chris Hadsel, the third baseman. DeCenzo, the second baseman, keeps the runner as close as he can. The 0-2 is fouled in and out of the mid of the catcher Schuster. Chris Hadsel has 1 home run this year. Last season, he had 3 in one game against Clark Summit University back on April 23rd of last year. And he didn't even get noticed because his teammate Alex Kelly had 4 home runs. Nolan's 0-2, high and tight. Did he swing? He did, strike 3. Nate Nolan's first strikeout. Thomas, the hitter, he led off the game with a double. Part of Keystone's 3-run first, though he did not score. He was thrown out at the plate on a fielder's choice. Runner at second, 1 out. Pop-up bunt foul over the backstop. Thomas has hit safely in 9 of his last 11 games. Given name is Jason. He steps in the batter's box, down 0-1. Nate Nolan's pitch, jams him, another foul pop. The guy who got the last foul ball collects this one. No balls and 2 strikes on Thomas. Here in the second inning, Keystone getting back to the top of their order. They sent 7 men to the plate in the first inning. Nolan's 0-2. Hit him. 5 hit batsmen now combined in this game. Here's Robert Estrada. He was hit on the helmet on the first pitch he saw in the first inning. He later scored on a 3-run double by Griffin Yastrzemski. 2 on, 1 out for the Giants. Estrada's been on base just about every game this season. 36 times out of 42. He did not like being hit in the helmet. Bouncing ball up the middle. Nice play to stay with the hop, but he couldn't collect it. Jacob Leduca got to that bad hop, but never handled it, and all 3 runners are safe. It's an error on the shortstop Leduca. And the batter is Anthony Ramo. Ramo had a terrific bunt single in a sacrifice attempt. It was such a good bunt toward the shortstop hole that nobody picked it up. He bats with the sacks full. Keystone looking to add to their 3-2 lead. Nolan's pitch is outside. The 1-0. Poked into left center field. Has some carry to it, and no one's going to get it. Acosta scores. Thomas is right behind. Held at third is Estrada. It's another double. Ramo drives in 2, and it's 5-2 Keystone. Their 4th two-base hit of the day. .42 RBIs now for Ramo. Infield will play in. Giovanni Diaz came up with the bases loaded the first and hit into a third to home fielder's choice. Curveball for strike 1. President's bullpen is warming up. Nolan's 0-1, low and outside. Right-hander Jackson Denny is getting loose for the Presidents. 1 ball and 1 strike on Diaz. Breaking ball hits the inside corner for strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes on Diaz. The 1-2. Chopper to third base, and that is fair. Throw to first. Got the runner. Wow, heck of a play by Logan Scheider on a ball that probably would have gone foul. That is a terrific play by Scheider. Estrada could not score, and now there are 2 outs. Here's Yastrzemski. Yastrzemski hit a 3-run double down the right field line in the first. And bats with 2 runners in scoring position here in the second. Keystone up now 5-2. Strike 1. Yastrzemski out of Bath, New York. He is not related to the more famous Yastrzemskis of baseball. Pitches outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Wasn't long ago, Yastrzemski was hitting .446. Just 3 weeks back. He's over .400 again after his first inning double. There's a ground ball through the right side. Acosta scores. Coming around third is Ramo, and he's held then. So it's an RBI single for Yastrzemski. It's 6-2. 1 run scores. Ramo is held at third. 4 RBIs in the game for Yastrzemski. A lot of unearned runs in this game, and here comes a visit to the mound. The activity in the bullpen has been going on for a few minutes, but it doesn't look like the reliever, Denny, is ready to come in. He's still not throwing with a lot of interest down there. He's only about 60% effort. So a pair of 3-run innings for Keystone, and they lead 6-2, still at bat in the top of the second inning. So the umpire will move out to break up the meeting. As freshman right-hander Nate Nolan called on to start this elimination game. Just hasn't had it. He threw 70 pitches last Friday in his previous start. Before that, he pitched on May 6th, 4 shutout innings. So he's been going pretty well lately. Misses the spot with a curveball, ball 1 on Justin Mann. Mann's 0 for 1. Bats with runners at the corners and 2 out. 1-0. Big bouncer to the third baseman, Scheider. Throw across is in time to end another Keystone 3-run inning. They send 8 men up. They scored 3 runs on 3 hits, an error, and 2 left. After 1.5, it's now Keystone 6, Washington and Jefferson 2. Keystone coach Jamie Shefchik has gone to the bullpen, and he has brought in right-hander Dominic Verastro, a senior from Lakeland High School. Again, a high school teammate of the starter Jordan Art. Verastro is in his 12th game, his 7th appearance from the pen. ERA of 5.57. He's 1-2. He does have a save. 14 hits in 21 innings, but he's walked 15. Also has 26 strikeouts. Jordan Art pitched only the first inning. He gave up 2 unearned runs and a hit. He hit 3 batters and threw 2 wild pitches. And even though he seemed to be getting plenty of run support, he wasn't effective enough to continue. And for a guy who's been pretty good this season, this particular pitching mound has not been good to Art. It's the second time he's pitched here, and for the season, he's pitched 3 innings on this field. He's given up 6 runs and 7 hits in those 3 innings. But he'll sit around and hope to see his teammates in action later this afternoon. The winner of this game will come back for Game 5 of the series. This is Game 3. So after this one is done, we'll have yesterday's winners play, Misericordia against Salve Regina. The winner of this game will then play the loser of that one about 3:30 this afternoon, although it all depends on how the preceding games go. And this one is off to a slow start. Here's Logan Scheider, the only man not to bat for the Presidents in the first inning. Verastro's first pitch is whistled outside. Scheider, a .300 lifetime hitter after getting 3 hits yesterday. One-0 pitch is in for a strike. Scheider batting .262. On the outside corner, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Verastro works quickly, misses the outside corner, ball 2. He winds and throws. Scheider fouls it back. Another foul. Still 2-2 on Logan Scheider, the 9th place hitter for the Presidents. Verastro's 2-2. Another foul, just like the previous pitches. Verastro struck out 6 last time he pitched. That was against Wilson. Started out at the University of Pittsburgh. And a 4th consecutive foul ball by Logan Scheider. Verastro pitched 3 innings, gave up 1 hit, no walks, struck out 6. Swing and a miss. He kept going out the outside part of the plate with fastballs until Scheider could not catch up with one, and that's the first out of the second inning. Here's Tyler Horvat. Horvat doubled and scored to start things for the Presidents. Over his last 10 innings, Verastro's only given up 4 hits and 3 runs. He's walked 4 in 10 innings, and he's struck out 13. 1-1, or the count now on Horvat. Verastro's pitch. Strike 3 called. Back-to-back strikeouts now for Verastro. He has settled things pretty well for the Giants. Trevor Dean, the batter, he was safe on an error. Scored a run. Jordan Hart gave up 1 earned, 1 unearned run in his inning. Verastro now 1-1 the count on Dean. Fastball for strike 2. Verastro saw limited action at Pitt. 5 games, only 3 innings. He gave up 5 runs over that time. Swing and a miss. Dominic Verastro strikes out the side in the bottom of the second inning. After 2, it is Keystone 6, Washington and Jefferson 2. As we start the third inning, Bobby Picorni will bat. Bottom third of the order for Keystone against freshman right-hander Nate Nolan. Nolan's given up 6 runs and 6 hits. Hit a couple batters, has 1 strikeout. Picorni grounded out in his first plate appearance. Hits that one hard, and staying with it is LaDuca. And he throws out Picorni. Here's Julio Acosta. The Keystone catcher led off the 3-run second inning with a double down the left field line. He's 11 for his last 28. Acosta, a senior from Elizabeth, New Jersey. Oh, he had a shift as the ball is hit pretty well to left field, to the wall, find it later. Julio Acosta, again jumping on the first pitch. This one's a home run, and it's 7-2 Keystone. He gives the Arroz Arena a slow down at third base, and celebrates his 6th home run of the season.
Now batting, number 14, Chris Hansel.
Seven runs on 7 hits for the Giants. They've hit 4 doubles and a home run. 2-0 now on Hadsel. He's the only batter to strike out today for the Giants. And if you look to the Washington and Jefferson bullpen, you see Jackson Deddy is really firing now. Ground ball to third, Scheider. He's made all the plays today. A little high throw, but held by Lutz for the second out. Cameron Heyman is now warming up.
Now batting, number 5, J.T. Thomas.
Although I'd not say that fellow is 5'10", 173, but we'll see. J.T. Thomas batting for the 3rd time already. He has doubled and been hit by a pitch. Thomas fouls it away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Thomas has 16 hits in his last 39 at-bats. For this high-scoring Keystone team, which is close to 10 runs per game. They were slightly above 10 runs before they got shut out yesterday on 4 hits. Thomas with a nice bunt. Scheider picks it up, takes a big bite out of it. Another bunt single for the Giants. Thomas is on with 2 outs. Robert Estrada coming up. The right fielder's been hit by a pitch and reached on an error. He's scored a run. Freshman right-hander Nate Nolan has not had an easy time of it. Throws ball 1. In fact, the at-bat to Hodsell earlier this inning was the only time he had thrown a pitch without somebody on base. Discounting, of course, the leadoff man. But Keystone has had guys on base from the jump. They lead 7-2. The 1-0 pitch is a strike called. Throw to first and scampering back is Jason Thomas. There's a wild throw. Thomas to second. It'll be a throwing error on the pitcher Nolan. Second error of the game for the Presidents. Nolan's 1-1. Hit hard to left center field. Horvat and Zoss converge. Horvat runs it down. Keystone gets one more on the home run by Acosta. That was one of 2 hits in the inning. 1 man is left on base. After 2.5, it's Keystone 7, Washington and Jefferson 2. Bottom of the third inning, Jim Riley with you from Tamber Field, Misericordia University in Dallas, Pennsylvania. NCAA Division III Regional. First losers bracket game of this tournament. Keystone leads Washington and Jefferson 7-2. And the bottom of the third inning, here's Nolan Lutz against right-hander Dominic Verastro, the second pitcher used by Keystone. He struck out the side in his first inning, throws outside to Lutz. Nolan Lutz hit a fly ball to left his first time up, carried to the fence before it was caught. The 1-0 pitch is low. Lutz hit one out yesterday in the President's 10-7 loss to Misericordia in their first round game. Keystone was beaten by top seed Salve Regina 10-0. Close, but outside. 3 balls and 1 strike on Lutz. Management of your pitching staff is going to be important here for both these teams. So one of them is going to be out of here and on their way home in a couple hours. Ball was caught. Man lost it as he pulled it out of his glove. That's the second ball Lutz has hit to him. First out of the third inning. The winner of this game is going to play later this afternoon. And they do bring a lot of pitchers with them. But there are roster limits as well. Teams are working with 25 players. So, you must win this game, so holding somebody back is probably not the right idea. But you do have to consider who's going to pitch that game for you. Evan Santee, the batter, is 0 for 1, and count is 1-1. Pitch comes in low, 2 balls and 1 strike. Keystone has 3 pitchers on the staff who have made 10 starts, and 2 of them have been used already, so Nathan Hinckley would seem to be the guy if they advance. 3-1 now on the cleanup hitter, Evan Santee. 3 hits in yesterday's game for the Presidents. Verastro's pitch is fouled over the plate, and that fills the count. Another foul, still 3-2. Now, of course, those decisions change as the game progresses. Keystone looks at things a little differently now, and so do the Presidents. There's a long one foul to left field. Shane Fox, a burly right-hander, getting loose as well in the President's bullpen. 3-2 pitch to Santee is hit foul. Presidents have been spoiling some pitches from Verastro, but he has retired all 4 men he's faced. Three-two pitch is high, ball 4. Verastro will walk batters. That's his first base on balls of this game. But in 22 1/3 innings, he's walked 16. Here's Scout Zoss. He was the first of 3 consecutive batters to be hit by pitches in the first inning. Swings at the first, and it's a foul pop wide of third. Racing toward the dugout, no play. The ball lands on top of the third base bench. Strike 1 on Zoss. Scout Zoss, a sophomore from Powell, Ohio. Batting at .299 with 3 home runs. Oh, 1 pitch is in for strike 2. Santy's being held at first base by Anthony Ramo. Thomas moves a good 20 feet from his position toward right center, more into left center on the 0-2 count, and now it's 1-2. Barastro's stretch and pitch. There's a base hit through the right side. Santy's going to go to third. The throw comes to second base, and runners are at the corners for Washington Jefferson. Scout Zoss with a clean single to right. That's only their second hit of the game. But they've had some gift base runners. 3 hit by pitch, a walk, an error. Here's the shortstop, Jacob Leduca. He was hit by a pitch in his first at-bat. 7-2 Keystone, bottom of the third. Barastro misses outside. Going to your bullpen in the second inning in a game that may not be the only one you play today. There's a ball back to the screen. Coming in to score is Santy. Taking second base is Zoss, and now it's 7-3. That's the second time in his at-bats today that Leduca's been up and a wild pitch has been thrown that scored a run. 7-3 now with a runner at second and 1 out. So after striking out the first 3 batters he faced, Barastro has since allowed a walk, single, and wild pitch to score a run. 2-0 the count on Jacob Leduca. Ball 3. Shortstop McCorney keeps the runner close at second. Leduca takes on the inside corner for a strike. You may have caught a glimpse of his scouting report attached to his belt buckle for defensive positioning. All the President players have them. Strike 2, and Leduca keeps waiting for the walk that isn't coming. That time he took the extra step of tossing his bat away. That's a young man who may be ready to swing the bat here on this one. The 3-2. Driven down the right field line toward the corner, and it is foul and out of play. With 2 strikes on batters, the Giants outfielders have been playing pretty significantly to the opposite field. J.T. Thomas in center field has been a pretty dramatic example. Full count, runner at second, 1 away. Bottom of the third, 7-3 Keystone. Leduca hits it towards short. McCorney can't reach it. It's a base hit. Stopping at third base is Zoss. And the Presidents putting a rally together in the third inning. Here is Josh DeCenzo. DeCenzo batting .385. 2 homers, 11 RBIs. Nothing happening in Keystone's bullpen. It's a safe bet to say the Presidents will be changing pitchers. First and third, 1 out. DeCenzo takes it low, and Acosta with a terrific block. 1-0 the count. Something happened to the home plate umpire? Well, if it did, he's all right. 1 ball, no strikes on Josh DeCenzo. Verastro's pitch, cut out and missed. 1-1 the count. Verastro in his second inning of work. He's pitched 3 innings just once this year. Outside corner for strike 2. Well, depending on how he gets out of this third, maybe he'll pitch the 4th. 1-2 is fouled back. The runner at first base, LaDuca, took a couple steps towards second, but stayed put. Still 1-2 now on Josh DeCenzo. Down and in for ball 2. We'll have the stream of all these games this weekend. 2 more after this. Coming up next, noon scheduled start is Salve Regina against Misericordia. Ball high, and that fills the count. Not an aggressive base-running team. DeCenzo will strike out better than 1 out of every 3 times. So we'll see if the runner LaDuca breaks. He does not. Ball 4, and the sacks are full. And the tying run is coming to bat. It's Sam Schuster, the catcher. Schuster grounded out in his first at bat. You wonder how long they can stick with Verastro. But you have to believe Keystone is not going to be stuck on 7 runs the rest of the day, so they'll be able to add on. So a big spot for Schuster. Takes the first pitch outside, ball 1. Zas at third, LaDuca at second, DeCenzo, the runner, at first. 1 run already home here in the 3rd inning. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. Schuster hits a pop-up. He's called out on the infield fly as Picorni makes the catch. Big out there for Dominic Verastro. And the hitter is Scheider. Scheider was the first batter that Verastro faced. And he started the 2nd inning and struck him out. They left the bases loaded in the 1st inning, and they have them full here in the 3rd. Fouled back. Scheider had a 3-for-5 day yesterday. And he is hit by a pitch. That got him high, and he is down. Left shoulder maybe, or elbow. It does score a run. It makes it 7-4, and we'll see if Scheider is all right. Acosta goes out to talk to Verastro, and we'll have a delay. They're going to have a mound visit as well. That's the 4th batter hit by Keystone pitchers. Jordan Art hit 3 in a row. This one with the bases loaded brings in Zas, keeps the bases full, and makes it 7-4 in the 3rd inning. And the top of the order, here's Tyler Horvat. Conference Player of the Year is 1 for 2. Led off the game with a single, took second on an error by the center fielder Thomas, and he scored on a misplayed infield grounder. Batting against Verastro, he was called out on strikes. LaDuca's at third, DeCenzo's at second base, and Scheider's at first. 2 out, 2 runs home. Presidents within 7-4. Horvat fouls it back. The 0-1 pitch. Pop foul behind the screen, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. Strike 3 called. Verastro catches Horvat looking for a second consecutive at bat. And again, the bases are left loaded. 2 runs, 2 hits, an error. No errors, beg your pardon. 3 left. So we've played 3 innings. A pitching change coming for the Presidents, who have moved within 7-4. As we go to the 4th inning, some changes coming to the Washington Jefferson lineup. Right-hander Cameron Heyman is out of Windsor, California. He has a distinctive pitching motion that has been used 13 times, all in relief. ERA of 5.65. He's given up 16 hits in 14 innings. He has walked 14 with 13 strikeouts. Starter Nate Nolan staggered through 3 innings, giving up 8 hits and 7 runs. Only 4 were earned. He did not walk anyone, but he did hit a couple batters. And he struck out 1. So back within 7-4, the Presidents will turn to the right-hander Cameron Heyman. Heyman last pitched last Saturday against St. Vincent. He walked 3 batters. Ramo, the third-place hitter for Keystone, leads off the 4th inning. He has a bunt single and a 2-run double. There's a ball hit in the air to right center field. Horvat getting there to make the catch. First time they've been able to retire Ramo. And here's the cleanup hitter, Giovanni Diaz. He's hit a couple ground balls to the third baseman, Scheider. Heyman with an overhand delivery. Drops one in on the outside corner. Strike 1 on Diaz. Hitless yesterday, and he started out today 0-for-2. He entered the regionals on a 12-game hitting streak. 1 ball, 1 strike. Heyman in his career, an ERA of 5.12 in 32 career games. He's pitched 38 innings in his 3 seasons. 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Giovanni Diaz. 1-2 pitch. Bouncing ball behind the bag at third. Scheider knocks it down. Safe is Diaz. He finally gets one to go. That's the 3rd ball he's hit to the 3rd baseman. He finally is able to get on base. Nice try by Scheider, but infield single is the 9th hit of the day for Keystone. Griffin Yastrzemski has been their most productive offensive player. Yastrzemski doubled down the right field line to score 3 runs in the first, and he has an RBI single in the 2nd inning. You see they have an infield shift for Yastrzemski. And the center fielder, Horvat, is positioned well to right center. This is the second batter that the Presidents have shifted for. The other was Julio Acosta, and he hit a home run during that at-bat. Griffin Yastrzemski, 42 hits in 102 at-bats. Big curve, stays high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Keystone only had 4 hits yesterday in being shut out by Salve Regina, the top seed. But they've been unstoppable today. They have the runner picked off. They'll run him back to first. Here's the pitcher Hayward involved to make the tag and get the pick off. Lutz Leduca in the middle of that rundown. 2nd out of the inning. That clears the bases, and the count on Yastrzemski is 1-1. Heyman's pitch comes in low, 2-1. Nate Nolan, 3 innings as the starter, gave up 8 hits and 7 runs, 4 earned runs, no walks, a strikeout. He hit 2 batters. Yastrzemski swings and misses, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two. Line to the shortstop and off his glove and into right center field. That's DeCenzo, the Leduca rather, the shortstop. And it's Yastrzemski's 3rd hit of the game. 10 for the Keystone Giants, who sent Justin Mann to the plate. Mann is 0 for 2. Breaking ball for strike 1 to Justin Mann. Mann's hit safely in 8 straight. Bats with a runner at first and 2 out. Heyman's 0-1, strike 2. You don't see guys like this much anymore with the big overhand curve, so deception will go a long way toward his eventual success. Heyman waits on 0-2 and delivers. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. A shutout inning for the first time today. Keystone does not score. They did get 2 hits. 1 man is left on base. After 3.5, Keystone over Washington and Jefferson 7-4. It's the bottom of the fourth inning. Been cloudy all morning. Game started at 8:30 a.m. First of a triple header. And the Keystone Giants lead the Washington and Jefferson Presidents 7-4 as the Presidents bat in the bottom of the fourth inning. Home team today determined by a coin flip. Trevor Dean, batting second in the order, leads off the fourth inning. Dean is 0 for 2. He does have an RBI. Swing and a miss. Dominic Verastro looking for his second three-inning appearance of the season. Strike two. In his first inning today, he struck out the side. Last inning, he faced 8 batters, gave up 2 runs, a couple of hits, a couple walks. Swing and a miss. Well, he dispatches Dean without much difficulty, and that is his 5th strikeout. Nolan Lutz has flied out twice to left field today. Verastro's first pitch is at the letters for strike one. Wind is blowing pretty well to left field. Verastro will see what the wind can do with this one as he hits it toward the left field line. Justin Mann makes the catch, 2 away. Here is the cleanup hitter, right fielder Evan Santee. Santee walked and scored in the third inning. He's 0 for 1 otherwise. Did he swing? No. Ball 1 on Santee. Evan Santee, twice an all-conference player in the President's Athletic Conference. He's batting .311 with 5 home runs. Santee, a senior from Pittsburgh. Takes ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike on Evan Santee. Had 3 hits yesterday. Takes a fastball high for ball 3. 19 career home runs for Santee. Drives that one down the left field line, but he pulled it well foul. Full count now with 2 out and the bases empty. We're in the bottom of the fourth. Verastro misses badly outside, and that's a 2-out walk. Scout Zoss comes up. Singleton scored last time up. He's been on base twice. Takes the first pitch down and in. Last time Verastro pitched, he struck out 6 batters. Today he's fanned 5. This is his 3rd inning out of the bullpen. Came inside on Zoss, who held on the swing, and it's 2-0. Misericordia versus Salva Regina, noon today. This game winner will play the loser of that game around 3:30. Swing and a miss. Those start times are somewhat approximate. It all certainly depends on how long the game before you goes, and there'll be at least a 45-minute intermission between games. And then we'll have 2 tomorrow if necessary. 1 for sure at 11 a.m. And if we need a championship winner take all. Nobody goes through undefeated. We'll have that tomorrow late afternoon. 3-1 now on Scout Zoss. Man at first with 2 out. Ball 4, back-to-back 2-out walks. One early problem for the Presidents is they are 1 for 6 with runners in scoring position. Jacob Leduca's had an interesting game. He's been at bat during his at bat twice when wild pitches have been thrown that scored runs. Presidents only have 3 hits. There's a high foul fly to right. It's out of play. Leduca has one of them. Picked up a single last time up. No activity in the first base bullpen for the Keystone Giants. Dominic Verastro with his busiest day of the season. Pitches inside. 1-1 the count. Jordan Art started for the Giants, pitched only the first inning. Hit 3 consecutive batters before getting out of the bases loaded jam. Leduca fouls it at the plate. And it is a ball and 2 strikes on the shortstop, batting 6th in the order. Coming off an outstanding President's Athletic Conference tournament with 7 hits and 7 RBIs. Verastro set. The 1-2 pitch. Driven through the middle, a base hit to center field. Santee rounds third to score. The throw is cut off, and it's 7-5. Jacob Leduca with his second hit. And that's the kind of a clutch hit that the Presidents had been missing today. Here is the second baseman, Josh DeCenzo, who's been hit by a pitch, and he's walked. First and second. Tying runs on base with 2 out. Verastro's pitch is outside. Now we're going to start to get work in the Keystone bullpen. 3 unanswered runs now over the last 2 innings for the Presidents to get back in this ball game. On the outside corner, 1-1. One in the dirt. Acosta blocks it. 2 balls and 1 strike now on Josh DeCenzo. Freshman infielder up in a big spot here for the Presidents. Verastro's pitch is fouled back. Two on, 2 out. Presidents within 2 here in the 4th inning. Verastro's pitch outside, and that will fill the count. The runners will get a head start. And we'll have a significant payoff pitch here in the 4th inning. Runners, one of them went. The runner at second base did not break. It's ball 4. And Verastro may just be out of gas. He's only pitched 3 innings once. And he looked real good getting the first 2 outs. 2 walks, a single, and another walk. The bases are loaded again. Schuster batted with the bases loaded, 2 out in the first, and grounded out. He's 0 for 2, and here he is with the sacks full again. Verastro's pitch. Foul pop over our heads. No balls and 1 strike on Sam Schuster. One and 1 the count. Julian Gonzalez is warming up for Keystone. He's only been in 6 games this season. Again, somebody here is going to play later on. You got to consider pitching for that game too. Out in front of that inside pitch and pulls it well foul. Down toward the football stadium here at Misericordia. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Verastro from the windup and the pitch. Another foul pop. They've not really been fooled by Verastro. They've hit a lot of fouls that suggest they're really onto him. I mean, he's thrown a few pitches by guys, but they've had good swings. Can they get another big hit? Yes, a line drive into right center field. They're going to tie the game on a single by Sam Schuster. It's 7-7. Za scores, LaDuca scores, DeCenzo moves to third. It's a 3-run inning, and it's 7-7. That's only the 5th hit, too. But Verastro has walked 5. He's hit another. And he's allowed 5 runs. 9th place hitter, Logan Scheider. Scheider is 0 for 1. There's a wild pitch, another of those today, and Washington and Jefferson takes the lead. That is the 3rd run-scoring wild pitch thrown by Keystone. It's 8-7 Presidents who have scored 6 runs in a row the last 2 times up after being down 7-2. Sort of a reverse of what happened to them yesterday. They led 3-0 in the second and ended up losing 10-7. Well, now that he's back in the game, how does Jeff Mountain handle pitching the rest of the way? Now here's a mound visit. I speculated when it was 7-2 that, you know, you look at your pitching differently, thinking about a possible second game. Well, it's no longer as, you know, what it seemed at that point. We are getting a pitching change. As Julian Gonzalez comes out of the bullpen for the Giants. Dominic Verastro emptied the tank, but he just emptied it to the point where he had nothing left, and 5 consecutive base runners got on after the first 2 outs were made. 2 walks, a single, a walk, a single, a wild pitch. It's a 4-run inning. And Verastro is out, and now it's Julian Gonzalez. Gonzalez has been in 6 games, 11 and 2/3 innings, 15 hits, 5 walks, 7 strikeouts. His ERA is 7.71. Gonzalez is a junior from Bayonne, New Jersey. And he enters the game with a runner at second base, 2 outs, and his team trailing for the first time today. It's 8-7 Washington Jefferson. Santee walked with 2 outs. Zoss followed with a walk. LaDuca singled up the middle to score a run. Josh DeCenzo walked to load the bases. Sam Schuster singled to score 2 runs to tie the game. And during this at-bat of Logan Scheider, Verastro threw a wild pitch to score DeCenzo with the go-ahead run. Verastro pitches 2 2/3. He gave up 4 hits, 5 walks, struck out 5, and he's responsible for 5, maybe 6 runs. So in addition to coming into this spot, Gonzalez also has to work on a 2-0 count of somebody else's doing. Scheider 0 for 1 with a bases-loaded hit by pitch last time up. Gonzalez throws high and inside, ball 3. Eighth batter of the inning for the second inning in a row. President's finally getting the key hits. Strike 1. LaDuca with the single up the middle, and then a big 2-out hit by Schuster when they were in danger of leaving the bases loaded for a 3rd time today. 3-1 pitch, strike 2 on the outside corner. So Scheider, the rare instance where he faces 2 different pitchers in one at bat, waits on the 3-2 from Julian Gonzalez. Here's a pickoff at second, and they got the... No, he got back! How did that happen? Schuster broke to third a couple of times, stopped, Gonzalez threw, and he got back. And now Jamie Shefchik will want an explanation from the umpire. He's not the only one. Obviously, the tag was missed because the throw was in plenty of time. And Shefchik is, if not satisfied with the explanation, he is at least accepting. Oh, that was as clear a pickoff play as you could see, but evidently Picorni missed the tag. So new life for the Presidents. Gonzalez with the 3-2. Swing and a miss. And how about Julian Gonzalez recovering to strike out Scheider and end the inning? However, the Presidents get 4 runs on just 2 hits. No errors, 1 left on base. After 4, it's now Washington and Jefferson 8 and Keystone 7. Right-hander Cameron Heyman now has a lead. First Washington and Jefferson pitcher who can boast of that. He gave up a couple of hits in the fourth inning, but he did pick a runner off to prevent any scoring. And it worked to the bottom third of the Keystone order here in the top of the fifth inning. This is Bobby Picorni, the shortstop, who's grounded out twice. Heyman's first pitch is outside and low. Acosta's on deck. He's been a tough out. And the ninth place hitter Hodsell after that. After leading 7-2, the Giants trail 8-7. Picorni pops it up. Behind the plate, Schuster gives it a look, but it's out of play for strike one. Through 4 innings, 8 runs, just 5 hits, 2 errors for the Presidents. Giants 7 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors. Picorni jammed, and it's a fly ball into shallow center. Horvat makes the catch. Here is Acosta. This guy's going to swing at the first pitch. He doubled in the second inning and homered in the third. He scored twice. Acosta now batting .340. Hit his 6th home run last time up. Heyman's pitch. Low. Acosta's walked 20 times, which is among the better totals on the Keystone team. He's an aggressive swinger, but he knows the strike zone. 2-0 the count. Giants scored 3 runs in the first and 3 in the second. They've cooled off their last couple times at bat. Check swing, foul. A little bad luck there for Acosta for strike one. Yesterday, Acosta's hitless. He had hit in 7 straight prior to that. He's 12 for his last 29. 2-1 pitch, high and tight. Hadsel is on deck. Here's the 3-1 to Acosta. Ball 4. It's the first Giant to walk today. And the hitter is Hadsel. He's 0 for 2. Hadsel played at very nearby Lake Lehman High School. 9th place hitter for the Giants. Another close call because Acosta had started towards second base. That's what happened on the pickoff last inning of Giovanni Diaz. Acosta has 11 steals, been thrown out twice. Pitch is high. There's more activity in the President's bullpen. That's Shane Fox warming up for a second time. Eight, 7, Washington and Jefferson. Keystone batting in the top of the 5th. Curveball on the inside corner. 1-1 the count on 9th place hitter Chris Hadsel. Throw to first is late as Acosta gets back. Throughout all of Division III, Keystone 7th highest in runs, 3rd in batting average, and they led the Division III ranks with a team on base average of .469. They've had guys on base all day today. Pitch in the dirt, racing to second, Acosta, and he makes it. Didn't get too far away, but Acosta took off with conviction and got there. We've had a few wild pitches in this game. That's how Washington Jefferson has gotten 3 of their runs. Tying run at second base here in the 5th with 1 out. Fly ball center field. Getting back on it is Horvat. Acosta tags, and he will make third easily, and he's there with 2 outs. Top of the order here is J.T. Thomas. He's been on base all 3 times. Double, hit by pitch, and a bunt single. He has scored a run. Thomas, a senior from Miami, Florida. Bats with the tying run at third, 2 away. Nice block by Sam Schuster. Game 3 of this regional. These teams lost their opener yesterday, playing for the right to advance to the 3rd game of this day. They'll play the team that loses the next game, Misericordia or Salve Regina. Two balls and no strikes on Thomas. Ball 3. And what we're looking at now, I think, are shorter leashes from these relief pitchers. Both teams now have got a winnable game, and they, instead of just trying to stretch somebody out, I don't think there's going to be too much of that happening. Thomas is hit in the shoulder by a pitch. And that puts runners at the corners, and he's hit for a 2nd time, and he's on base for a 4th. 3rd Giant batter to be hit by a pitch. The batter is Estrada. Estrada 0 for 2. Scored a run after he was hit by a pitch in the 1st inning. Sophomore from Jersey City. Haben's pitch. Runner breaks. The throw is made. Now they're going to get him in a rundown, and they'll try to tag him before the run scores. They don't. Everybody's safe, and the Giants tie the game. A double steal play that's older than the hills works, and Keystone gets the tie. Thomas is credited with a stolen base, too, because he beat the rundown. Lutz, the first baseman, tried to chase him, didn't catch him. And it's an 0-1 count on Estrada, but the Giants have tied the game. Strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes on Robert Estrada, with the Giants having tied the score on the double steal. Cameron Heyman delivers 0-2. It's in the dirt. Breaking for third is Thomas. The throw bounces away from Scheider, but he'll track it down. It's a wild pitch. And now we're going to get conversation. Somebody injured? Yeah. The pitcher, Heyman, is injured. Or is I thought the pitcher was showing a limp, but they're looking at the catcher, Sam Schuster. Ball may have hit him in the throat on the wild pitch. He'll stay in the game. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Robert Estrada with 2 outs. Go-ahead runs at third here in the 5th inning. Heyman's pitch. Chopper off his foot. Foul ball. Estrada yesterday ended a 14-game hitting streak. Keystone held to just 4 hits in yesterday's shutout loss. They're in an 8-8 slugfest with Washington and Jefferson here today. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Breaks low and outside, and Schuster keeps it out. Ball 2. Be interesting to see how much the winning team has left for game 2 later on today. That's high, full count. You start this game at 8:30. Somewhat of a slog. You're going through your bullpen pretty aggressively. And the winner is going to have to sit around for a while and wait for their next opponent. Here's the 3-2. Ball 4 and Acosta walks. Heyman's second walk, both in this inning. It'll be his last walk as we're going to get a pitching change. So Heyman slowed things down a bit, but he gave up the lead here in the 5th inning. Came on with the President significantly behind. The offense caught up. And now we get the right-hander Shane Fox, a senior from Mars High School. Their nickname is the Planets. And Fox is on to pitch with 2 men on base and 2 out here in the 5th inning. Shane Fox, a 4.02 ERA. He's made 5 starts. This is his 10th relief appearance. He's 2-1. He has struck out 19 batters over 31 1/3 innings. 37 hits allowed and 13 walks. A .301 batting average against him, and he's given up 4 homers. Cam Heyman pitched an inning and 2/3. 1 run so far, 2 hits, 2 walks, 1 strikeout. So we'll see if Keystone can break the tie. They led 7-1 in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Came to bat here in the 5th, trailing 8-7, but they've scored a run without getting a hit. 2 walks, a hit batter, a double steal. And the batter will be Anthony Ramo, the first baseman. Ramo, 2 for 3 with a 2-run double. Fox was on the all-tournament team in the President's Athletic Conference postseason event. Last time he pitched was last Saturday, 7 1/3 innings, 8 hits and 2 runs. He threw 99 pitches that day. First one he throws today is a strike to Ramo. Here's a throw to first, close, but diving back safely is Estrada. They've had one runner picked off and a couple close calls. Outfielders play him to pull. Here's another throw to first. That was even closer. Estrada went back almost on all fours instead of flat on his belly, and he was a little bit easier to tag. 0-1 the count on Anthony Ramo. First and third, 2 out. Fox delivers, jams Ramo, grounds it foul, and it's 0-2. Paul Garrity will have afternoon action today. Misericordia versus Salve Regina next, and then this game's winner will play the loser of that game later this afternoon. The throw gets away. Racing home is Thomas, and Keystone leads. A wild pickoff throw. Scores a run. We have an injured shortstop, Jacob Leduca. A throwing error on the pickoff. (9-8) Keystone. No balls and 2 strikes on Anthony Ramo. Ball 1. Here's an awkward pickoff that hits the runner, kept it out of center field. Fox has been one of the top starters for the Presidents. He's only allowed 3 runs or more once in his 14 games. But the inherited runner has scored, and that has put Keystone back in front. Ramo takes the ball outside, 2-2. The runs are charged to Heyman, whose record is still not closed. And it puts him on the downside as the pitcher of record. One gets the feeling 9-8 is not how this one's going to end. Fox to Ramo, outside, ball 3. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Runner at second base. Fox to Ramo. Instead, Fox to Leduca. Getting back safely is Robert Estrada. Ramo 2 for 3 today. Keystone has done a little bit better with runners in scoring position. 4 for 13 today. Swing and a miss. So Fox strikes out the only batter he faces, but along the way, a bad pickoff throw puts Keystone in front. They scored twice without a hit. 1 man left on base. After 4.5, it's Keystone 9 and Washington and Jefferson 8. As we start the bottom of the 5th inning, it's the top of the order for the Presidents. Tyler Horvat. Horvat happy to see Dominic Verastro out of there. He struck out twice on 6 pitches, both looking against the reliever. But now it's the 3rd pitcher, Julian Gonzalez. Curveball high and outside. Gonzalez came on with a man on base and a 2-0 count on the batter Logan Scheider. He fell behind 3-0 and rallied to strike him out to end the 4th inning. Horvat takes high, ball 2. He started the game with a single and scored the first run for the Presidents. Strike 1. Conference Player of the Year. Bends out of the way, and that pitch hit the umpire, and I don't know how much glove Julio Acosta got on it. Umpire says he's okay. He's had a couple instances where he's been jolted back behind the plate. Gonzalez winds in the 2-1. Way outside. That was ball 4. So Horvat leads off the 5th with a walk. Dean is 0 for 3. Trevor has been safe on an error that scored a run, so he got an RBI on it. He struck out twice. Hit hard but foul. Past third base. 1 week ago, Dean knocked in 4 runs in their PAC tournament game. Throw to first, and Horvat dives back. He's stolen 27 bases on a team that had only 67 during the year. Only the 7th game of the year for this right-hander, Julian Gonzalez. Only 12 innings of relief over the season. Horvat, they almost had him, but Ramo couldn't handle the throw, which was kind of inaccurate. He had to strain for it. No balls and 1 strike on Dean. Runner breaks. Dean takes inside. Acosta's throw is kicked away on the slide, and it's a stolen base for Horvat. Number 28 for him. And the tying run is taken scoring position with nobody out in the 5th. Count on Dean is 1-1. Between innings, the Washington and Jefferson pitcher Shane Fox jogged down to the bullpen. It looked like he was going to keep warming up, but nothing going on now. No action in Keystone's pen. Each team is on its 3rd pitcher of the day. Still waiting for somebody to really slam the door. A 1-1 pitch. Curveball drops in. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Trevor Dean. Man at second, nobody out. Sweeps outside, 2-2. Keystone coming off its 18th consecutive championship in the Commonwealth States Athletic Conference. They were national runners-up in 2016. 2-2 pitch. Over the head of Dean and racing to third on the wild pitch is Tyler Horvat. So he's at third with nobody out and a full count on Dean. Swing and a miss. Dean has struck out for a third consecutive time. Big K there for young Gonzalez, who has shown an ability to make that pitch when he needs to. He did it when he came on in the fourth inning, and a big strikeout there. This is Nolan Lutz, who's hit 3 fly balls to the left fielder today. Infield in. Strike one. Week ago, Lutz had a terrific ball game with 4 hits and a couple of RBIs, scored 3 runs. As the Presidents advanced, there's a wave and a miss, no balls and 2 strikes. Lutz tied for the team lead with 5 home runs. Pops it up. Down the left field line. Long run for Dunn into foul ground. He makes the catch. But tagging and scoring to tie the game is Horvat. A sacrifice foul fly ties the score at 9. So Horvat walks, steals second, wild pitch, and he scores on that foul ball. Nice running catch by Justin Mann. Horvat tagged and scored. And we're at 9 up. Ground ball, third base. Hodsell boots it, and it goes on into left field. Santee is safe. Each team now has made 3 errors as Hodsell booted that one. Scout Zas is up. He's been on base all 3 times. Hit by pitch, singled, and walked. He scored twice. Curve on the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike on Zas. Pick off at first and diving back safely is Santee. The 1-0. Curveball jams Zas and he misses. Strike 2. Or strike 1. 1-1. That is 0-2. Gonzalez a long wait. Here's his pitch. Curveball is high and outside. Delayed steal, the throw to Picorni, the slide, the tag, safe. Santee broke late, tried to catch everybody asleep, and that was a close play as Picorni made an acrobatic tag attempt on the throw by Acosta. But it's the second stolen base of the inning for a team that doesn't run a lot. And the go-ahead run is at second base. 2 outs and a 2-2 count on Zas. The pitch. Waits on a curve, ground ball up the middle, off the glove of Diaz, but into center field, and the go-ahead run comes in. Zas with an RBI single, and it's 10-9. Presidents. Second hit of the game for Zas. He now has 25 RBIs this season, and the Presidents are back in front 10-9. Here's LaDuca, who is 2 for 2. He's been hit by a pitch as well. A bunt. Gonzalez off balance throw. That was nicely done. In the 5th inning, though, they take the lead. The Presidents get 2 runs. There was 1 hit, a big error, and a man left on base. After 5, it's now Washington and Jefferson 10, Keystone 9.
Time you say graduation starts?
I think I might go for my grandchild. I'll make it there. 1 o'clock. I'm good. Giovanni Diaz will lead off for the Keystone Giants in the top of the 6th inning against right-hander Shane Fox, who delivers strike 1. Well, Fox has the lead again. He came on in relief with an 8-7 lead, allowed inherited runners to score. Fell behind 9-8. His teammates scored 2 in the bottom of the 5th, and he's back up 10-9. Third pitcher today used by the Presidents. Diaz is 1 for 3. Infield single last time up. 2 balls and 1 strike. Starter Nate Nolan pitched 3 innings, gave up 7 runs on 8 hits. 2-2 now on Diaz. Cam Heyman out of the bullpen, an inning and 2/3. 2 hits, 2 runs. Fox pitched to 1 batter last inning and struck him out. He strikes out Diaz to start the 6th. Fox not known as a K artist. 21 strikeouts now in 32 innings. Griffin Yastrzemski has a 3-run double, an RBI single, and an infield hit. Lines that one foul. The 0-1 pitch, blooped over third base, and that is going to fall for Yastrzemski's 4th hit. It's played by the third baseman Scheider. Yastrzemski a wide turn at first. He stays. He's 4 for 4. First hit allowed by Fox.
Now batting, number 28, Justin Mann.
Yastrzemski's batting average is now .423 after his 4 for 4. And the batter is Justin Mann, the left fielder. Ball 1. Mann is 0 for 3. Yastrzemski's hit was Keystone's 11th. Strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike on Justin Mann. Mann's a freshman from St. John's, Florida. And in his first year with Keystone, he led the team in hitting. Now, it was a .457 average in just 70 times at bat. He played in 33 games, and that's how stats are compiled. It's games played rather than plate appearances. Swing and a miss. Throw to first. Getting back safely is Yastrzemski. Fox gets another strikeout, 2 away in the 6th. Picorni is 0 for 3. Elimination game has had everything. Strike one. Seven hit batters, 8 wild pitches. 3 wild pitches that scored runs. Double steals to get a run. No balls and 2 strikes now on Picorni. These teams coming back early today after disheartening losses yesterday. Picorni drives it to right field. Toward the line is Santi. Makes the catch. A shutout inning for Shane Fox. A hit, a runner left on base after 5.5. Washington to Jefferson 10, Keystone 9. Bottom of the 6th inning. Washington and Jefferson has scored 8 times in their last 3 plate appearances. They've overcome a couple deficits, 7-2 and 9-8. They now lead 10-9 as they bat in the 6th. Bottom third of the order against right-hander Julian Gonzalez, who gave up 2 runs last inning, one of which was unearned. Swing and a miss by Josh DeCenzo, who's been hit by a pitch and walked twice. Gonzalez with the 0-1. Fly ball into right center field, hit pretty well. Going back on it and misplaying the ball is Estrada. Heading for third base is DeCenzo. Estrada just plumb missed it. He dropped to a knee to make the catch, and it's a 3-base error. Bad start for Keystone here in the 6th, and they'll bring the infield in. Here is Schuster, who came up with a huge hit last time up. That was in the 4th. Ball one. Yep, strike, I beg your pardon. Schuster came up with the bases loaded and 2 out in the 4th, and the Presidents had already left the bases loaded 2 previous times. He lined a single to right center to score 2 runs and tie the game. 1-1 the count now on Schuster. He's hit by a pitch on the left elbow. Remember, he got dinged by a pitch in the dirt that he blocked, came up, hit him in the throat. That is now 8 hit batsmen combined today. Starter Jordan Art for Keystone hit 3 batters in a row in the first inning. Here is Scheider. Scheider is 0 for 2. He struck out twice. In between, he was hit by a pitch. Amidst all this offense, there's still some guys who have not really contributed much. Presidents only have 6 hits, but they've gotten a lot of freebies. Safety squeeze, bunted toward first. The run scores. Gonzalez gets the out at first. It's 11-9. Logan Scheider with a safety squeeze bunt to score DeCenzo with an unearned run. Schuster took second. Now Horvat. 1 for 3, scored a couple runs. He has a walk, stolen base. Biggest lead of the game for the Presidents. Strike 1. Keystone led 7-2 after 2.5 innings. But Washington and Jefferson has come back. They've now scored in 4 consecutive frames. Curve for strike 2. And this elimination game has not been one for the time capsule. No balls and 2 strikes on Horvat. He has to feel better about his contributions today. He's their top pitcher, but he didn't have it yesterday in their 10-7 loss to Misericordia. Plus, he was 0 for 4 at the plate, and Conference Player of the Year has come back today, and he's had a nice game. Slaps one foul past third. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Tyler Horvat. Batting .380, 28 RBIs, 28 steals, and this year as a pitcher, 11-3 over 15 starts with a 3.86 ERA. There's a line drive into right field, and it's in for a base hit. Schuster will stop at third. Second hit of the game for Horvat. Trevor Dean has not contributed a lot. He does have an RBI on a grounder, but his last 3 at-bats have ended in strikeouts. Here's a very slow-developing mound meeting. There is activity in Keystone's bullpen. Now remember this, there are roster limits here in the playoffs. In the regular season, it's however many you feel like bringing with you. But you can't have the unlimited pitching that you often see during the season. Freshman Tyler Mullen is warming up for the Giants. Mullen has been pretty good this season, over 11 games. He's been their closer. But at a spot like this, you take the best arm available, and it may be Mullen's turn. 20 runs, 18 combined hits, 7 errors, 8 wild pitches, 8 hit batters. And now here's our 7th different pitcher of the morning. So Gonzalez officially an inning and 2/3. He was hurt by the defense behind him. And he leaves for Tyler Mullen. Mullen this season has appeared in 11 games, all in relief. He has 5 saves and an ERA of 1.65. That's 3 earned runs in 16 1/3 innings. 5 walks, 16 strikeouts. He is the third of the 4 pitchers used today who's been from Lakeland High School. So Mullen comes into the game with runners at first and third. 1 out, 1 run home, and it's an 11-9 Washington and Jefferson lead. Mullen 6'1", 160 pounds. Pitched a shutout inning Saturday. In fact, he has not allowed any runs after the first 2 appearances of the year. 9 consecutive games without allowing any scoring. He's given up only 8 hits in that period of 12 innings. And he struck out 11. So some growing pains perhaps for the freshman, but he has figured it out, and he's been a very reliable reliever for Jamie Shefchik. Now, this is a slightly different responsibility for him. He's brought in the 6th inning to keep the deficit a manageable one. So here is Dean. Again, he has struck out each of his last 3 times. Wind continues to blow pretty good to left field as Mullen whistles one inside. Throw to first, dug out by Ramo. Horvat is the guy who will run on this Washington and Jefferson team. He proved it last time on base. Draws another throw. Presidents have scored 3 runs on wild pitches today. They lead by 2. Runner breaks. Throw down to second base is well offline. Came in on the Jersey side, and stealing second base is Horvat. His 29th theft of the season. And that'll force Keystone to bring the infield in. Mullen to work from the windup now. Here it comes. Popped up over the press box. 2 balls and 1 strike on Trevor Dean. Dean, 3 hits yesterday. It was a good offensive game for the Presidents, but pitching couldn't hold Misericordia down. They lost 10-7. Sweeps outside for ball 3. Lutz is on deck. He's hitless today. Mullins 3-1. Swing and a miss. Full count on Dean. And in the distance, you see the center fielder, J.T. Thomas, move to the off field. They play the hitters the opposite way with 2 strikes. There's a ball hit well to left center field. Man is back on it, to the track, to the wall. Find it later. A 3-run homer for Trevor Dean. And Washington and Jefferson has gone up 14-9. Dean's 4th home run of the year. He now has 29 runs batted in. So Mullen gives up the home run to the first batter he faces. Charged 5 of these runs to Julian Gonzalez. The batter is Lutz, who has hit 4 fly balls to left field today, one of which was a sac fly. The 0-1 pitch goes back to the screen. "12 runs in their last 4 times at bat. And Washington and Jefferson, which once trailed by 5, leads by 5. Here's a base hit to center field by Lutz. He gets his first hit. This inning started with a dropped fly ball. Since then, a hit batter, a squeeze bunt for a run, a single, a 3-run homer, and another single. Here's Evan Santee, who has scored 3 runs today. He is an odd box score line developing. Mullen's first pitch is outside. Santee officially 0 for 2, but he scored 3 runs. On base twice with walks, plus he's reached on an error. Low and outside, ball 2. Runner takes off, low and outside. Here's Acosta's throw. It's late. And another steal for the Presidents, who are running the bases with a lot more aggression than is their tendency. They average less than 2 stolen base attempts per game. "14-9 is the new score after the home run by Trevor Dean. Now his 4 RBIs today. 3-0 pitches on the inside corner. 3-1 on Evan Santee. Three and 2. You look at this Washington and Jefferson team having scored 14 runs. There's ball 4. It's odd to see that they have 3 guys who don't have any hits. Santee walks for a 3rd time. That is now 7 walks, 5 other hit batters. 3 guys have reached base on errors. What's that, 15 free base runners? First pitch to Zoss is low and outside. Freshman Tyler Mullen trying to get out of this predicament. Here's a ball hit softly toward the left field line. It drops in front for a base hit. Rounding third is Lutz to score the 15th run. Presidents now lead by 6 on a bloop single by Scout Zoss. His 3rd hit, 2nd RBI of the day. First and second, one out. And they've batted around. Here's LaDuca. Guy's had a zany morning. He has been at bat 3 times when runs scored. Well, twice he was at bat with wild pitches that scored runs. Then he came up with an RBI single. Ducks under that one for ball 2. Conference tournament MVP last weekend, has 2 hits and 3 official at-bats. He's scored a run, has an RBI. High for ball 3. The win probability of this game has fluctuated wildly. Keystone led 7-2 in the bottom of the 3rd. Here in the bottom of the 6th, it's 15-9, Washington and Jefferson. 3 balls and 1 strike on LaDuca. Ball 4. Mullins' second walk. He has not retired a batter. Here's DeCenzo, who started this inning with a fly ball to right that was dropped by Robert Estrada. And from that, 5 runs were born. Here's another wild pitch. For the 4th time today, it scores a run. 16-9. Santee has scored his 4th run of the game, and he doesn't have a hit. Here's a walk to the mound by Coach Shefchik. And the body language of the Keystone players is quite meaningful. Here's another call to the bullpen. Another one that is made during an at-bat. Well, the freshman Tyler Mullen didn't have it today. He did not retire any of the 5 batters he faced. 3 hits, 2 walks. So Mullen leaves, and the 5th pitcher for Keystone comes in. The right-hander is Nathan Hinckley, who we thought would get the start in Game 3, but he may not have a 3rd game. Hinckley this season has made 3 appearances now out of the pen. He's 7-0 with a .383 earned run average. 69 hits over 56 innings. He's only struck out 29 batters. Walked 16. He's a guy who will get you to hit it at somebody. So Mullen pitches to 5 batters without retiring any of them. And he turns it over to Nathan Hinckley. Hinckley's a senior out of Bradenton, Florida. And he inherits a 1-0 count with runners at first and second and 1 away. He'll face Josh DeCenzo, who is 0 for 1. DeCenzo's been hit by a pitch, walked twice, reached on an error, scored a couple runs. 6 runs in the inning. 16-9 is the lead for Washington and Jefferson. And there is a mercy rule if we get there. And we're closer than we had been at any time today. The Presidents scored 2 runs in the first after falling behind 3-0. They were shut out in the second, and then trailing 7-2 in the third, they started their comeback. 2 in the third, 4 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth, 6 here in the 6th inning. They have taken advantage of countless Keystone mistakes. The pitches have been wild. The fielding has been spotty. And early on, they weren't getting the big hit, and now they are. They left the bases loaded twice in the first and third innings. But since then, they have gotten the big hit and cashed in the runners. Runners are at second and third base with 1 out. The infield is in. And here is DeCenzo, the 10th batter of the inning. Outside low for ball 1. Hinckley struck out 8 batters in a game back in March. Again, that's not his real forte. Outside for ball 2. Hinckley, that's right, ball 3, ball 2 thrown by Hinckley. Again, 29 strikeouts over 56 innings, but he did have that game where he struck out 8. Pitching at Keystone for his 6th season. 3-1 the count. He pitched a week ago, 5 hits and 5 runs over 4 innings of work. 3 balls and 1 strike on Josh DeCenzo. Ball 4. That is 9 walks allowed by Keystone pitchers. Sam Schuster, who may have had the game's biggest hit. Of all that's happened this morning, Schuster with a bases loaded, 2-out, 2-run single in the 4th. There's one up the middle. Picorni shovels. Diaz relays. They get a beautiful double play. That is a quick, sudden, abrupt end to a 6-run 6th inning. They scored 6 runs on 4 hits. There was a pretty significant error, and 1 man is left on base. We go to the 7th. It is now Washington and Jefferson 16, Keystone 9. Well, let's see if what appeared to be a fairly demoralized Keystone team can muster some offense here in the final third of this game. Julio Acosta will step in. Acosta's had a good game. Double, homer, and walk. He scored 3 runs. Shane Fox throws outside. Hodsell and Thomas, 8-9-1 here in the 7th inning for the Giants. Fastball outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Washington to Jefferson, 16. Keystone, 9. In this regional elimination game, there's a high fly to left. Coming toward the line is Scout Zoss into foul ground, and it's out of play. 2 balls and 1 strike on Acosta. After this game, it'll be Misericordia against Salve Regina. Both teams winners yesterday, each getting 10 runs. The winner of this game will hang around and play the loser of that game sometime around 3:30 or so today. Fastball is high, 3-1 on Acosta. Tomorrow at 11 a.m., we will have the winners involved. Who's ever still alive will play tomorrow at 11. And if necessary, we'll have a decisive game tomorrow afternoon. Double elimination tournament. And this is the first game that involves an opportunity for an elimination. The loser of this game is done. And judging by how the game flow has gone, neither one of these teams wants to pack away the gear. Shane Fox winds the 3-2 pitch. Low for ball 4. Acosta on base for a 4th straight time. Fox came on in the 5th with a man on base and 2 out and struck out Ramo. He allowed 1 hit in the scoreless 6th and now a leadoff walk in the 7th. Hodsell, the batter, is 0 for 3. There's a strike. I think a couple storylines for this team, the winning team of this game. How's your pitching set up for later on, and what's your mood? In the dirt, 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch. Ground ball through the right side, a base hit. Acosta to second base, and Keystone pitching a fuss here in the 7th inning as they look to get back in it. Hodsell's first hit. That's the 12th hit for the Giants. Second off Fox. Back to the top of the order, and Thomas. He has been on base all 4 times. Twice hit by a pitch, plus a double and single. Swing and a miss. Fooled by that one. Keystone all season was one of the top offensive teams in the country. Led the nation in on-base percentage. 3rd in the country in batting average. 7th in runs. Swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes. They were shut out yesterday in what had to be a remarkable result. It was certainly eye-opening. They entered play with a 10-run per game average. No balls and 2 strikes on Thomas. Now they got the runner caught. The throw wasn't good enough, and he got back. Acosta was out with an accurate throw by Fox. Thomas chops a foul at 0-2. Nobody up in the President's bullpen. Fox does have starter experience, so he can give you innings, and he's got 7 runs in his favor. Two on, nobody out. Thomas just stays alive with a foul tip at the plate. Game coming up on the 3-hour mark here in the top of the 7th. Shane Fox, the third President's pitcher. Ground ball to third. Scheider to the bag for the out. On to first. Dug out by Lutz for the double play. Splendid work by the corner infielders. And that is a most necessary defensive play, too. They needed something like that to prevent Keystone from getting their hopes up anymore. Hodsel's at second with 2 outs, and the batter is Robert Estrada. Here's a weird pickoff that Fox didn't really want to throw, and he bounced it to the shortstop LaDuca. No balk. Well, Estrada is central figure in this game. Dropped a fly ball at the start of the 6th inning. And that started a 6-run rally. Now, it wasn't entirely his fault, but it was a ball that had to be caught. First pitch to him is in the dirt. At the plate today, Estrada is 0 for 2. Did draw a bases-loaded walk last time up. Ball 2. I don't think Misericordia and Salve Regina will start at noon, as was originally scheduled. Two and one the count now on Estrada. Ball 3. Tenth game out of the bullpen for Fox, who's made 5 starts. 31 innings for him this season. Bouncing ball to third. Scheider with the scoop. He's made just about everything over there, and so has Lutz at first. Well, that inning started with some hope for the Giants, but a double play threw a lot of cold water on it. They leave a runner, don't score. After 6.5, Washington and Jefferson 16, Keystone 9. Eleven men came to the plate for the Presidents in their 6-run 6th. They'll start the 7th with the bottom of the order, Logan Scheider, who contributed a squeeze bunt RBI in that inning. And he has done everything you asked of him at third base today. Scheider officially 0 for 2. His batting average for his career is down to .297. Nathan Hinckley gets strike one. Hinckley got an inning-ending double play to end that sixth when he came out of the bullpen. Walked his first batter, but then got the twin killing. And he's ahead of Scheider 0-2. Works quickly and misses outside and low. Ground ball to third. Behind the bag, backhanded play by Hodsell. Long throw is there, and Scheider is the first out. Here's Tyler Horvat, the center fielder, and when he's not doing that, he's their ace pitcher. Is 2 for 4 with a walk. 3 runs scored, stolen 2 bases. First at bat against Hinckley. There's a strike. Jordan Hart pitched 1 inning as the starter for Keystone and gave up 2 runs. Dominic Verastro pitched 2 2/3 and almost made it through that 3rd inning, but allowed 5 consecutive runners to reach. Horvat with his 3rd hit. That's hit number 11 for the Presidents. First off, Hinckley. Verastro was touched for 6 runs. Julian Gonzalez gave up 5 runs in an inning and 2/3. Tyler Muller charged with 3. He did not retire any of the 5 batters. So the Keystone pitching staff has let them down today. Now that I think of it, Keystone over its last, counting the, let's count the first 6 innings, they've given up 25 runs in the last 8 innings, counting the 9 that Salve Regina got off them in the 8th inning yesterday. Throw to first. And again, diving back is Horvat. He has 2 stolen bases. Does he try another one? Is 16 runs enough for you with only 6 more outs to get? He runs. Ball's popped foul. Another throw to first, and Horvat is back. The batter is Trevor Dean, who hit a 3-run homer last time up. That had to feel splendid after 3 straight Ks. Fouls that one back. Count on Dean is 0-2 against right-hander Nathan Hinckley. Another throw back to first. Shane Fox has settled things down for the Presidents. Couple of shutout innings, and he'll stay out there for the 8th. Runner breaks and another steal. Horvat with his 3rd stolen base of the day. Now 30 on the season. Count is a ball and 2 strikes on Trevor Dean. Hinckley's pitch. Bouncing ball in the hole. Backhanded by Picorni. Long throw. Well done by shortstop Bobby Picorni to get the out. Horvat holds at second base. 2 away. The hitter is Nolan Lutz. Lutz 1 for 4, plus a sacrifice fly. Lutz was at a nice stretch in mid-April. He hit safely in 20 of 21 games. Takes strike one. No balls, one strike on first baseman Nolan Lutz. Hinckley's pitch is high, 1 ball and 1 strike. Hinckley, a career ERA of 3.87. This is his 6th season. Pitch breaks over the inside corner, 1 ball and 2 strikes. One problem he's run into lately, he's given up some home runs last few games. Lutz waits 1-2 with a runner at second and fouls it away. This is not really a power hitting team. Lutz leads the way with 5. He's one of 3 presidents who have a 5 home run season. Good swing, and he fouls it back. There have been a lot of foul balls that appear to be millimeters away from being real solid contact by the presidents. Washington and Jefferson in this game with a record of 31-13, champions of the President's Athletic Conference. Hinckley's pitch is hit in the air to left field. Justin Mann gets back, still going to the track, to the wall. It's gone! It hit the top of the fence and bounced over. Nolan Lutz with his 6th home run, and it's 18-9. The wind is blowing that way, and it had a lot to do with that home run. 18-9 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. The batter is Evan Santee. Fastball is high. Santee has walked 3 times and reached on an error. He has scored 4 runs. Here's a pop-up. The catcher, Acosta, doesn't see it. Hinckley races over it. The ball's out of play. We've not had any sun today, and there was some talk of showers later this afternoon. There's a foul ball, and it's 0-2 on Evan Santee. The 0-2 pitch is outside. So the home run by Lutz makes it 18-9. In favor of Washington and Jefferson. Santee fouls it away. Keystone offense has quieted down quite a bit. Washington and Jefferson has not. They have scored in 5 consecutive turns at bat. 16 runs in those 5 trips. Santee grounds one foul, pass first. The 0-2. Well, we were way off on the count. Scoreboard is not working right. Something's up. So Santee walks. That is his 4th walk today. 10 walks given up by Keystone pitchers. Scout Zoss, the batter. He is the 50th man to come to the plate today for the Presidents. This is his 6th turn at bat. He grounds one foul. He's had a good game. They haven't gotten him out. 3 singles, a hit batsman, and a walk. He's scored a run and has 2 RBIs. Hinckley is set, and here's his pitch. Fouled back. Bottom of the 7th inning. 18-9 Presidents. Runner at first with 2 men out. Hinckley's pitch. Bouncing ball up the middle. Picorni right at the bag. Gets the force to end the inning. 8 more batters for the Presidents. They scored 2 runs on the home run by Lutz. They got 2 hits in the inning. 1 man is left on base. After 7, it's now Washington to Jefferson 18, Keystone 9. It's been fun to watch them reset the scoreboard here at Tamber Field between innings. It's like getting a condensed version of what happened. It is 18-9 after 7 innings. There's been a change defensively for the Presidents. John Klein is now in left field, replacing Scout Zoss. Shane Fox delivers ball 1 to Anthony Ramo here in the 8th inning. Ramo is 2 for 4. 2-run double in the 2nd inning when Keystone built their lead to 6-2. Pitch by Fox, bouncing ball to second base. DeCenzo boots it, can't pick it up, and it's an error to start the 8th inning. 4 errors for each team. Here's the cleanup hitter, Giovanni Diaz. He's 1 for 4. Nope, the pinch hitter. And we're going to get a pinch runner, too. The pinch runner is Ethan Guillermo, a freshman. And the pinch hitter is Winston Dyer, senior out of Columbia, South Carolina. So Dyer pinch hits for Diaz. Dyer just 4 for 17 this season. Each team with 12 hits, each team with 4 errors, but it's an 18-9 score. First pitch to Dyer, swung on and missed. So Ramo leaves the game, ending his career. Here's a wild pitch, and down to second base goes Guillermo. 1-1 strike on Winston Dyer, the pinch hitter here in the 8th inning. Fouled back, 1-2. Some activity starting in Washington and Jefferson bullpen as Shane Fox may be coming to the end of his effectiveness. He's pitched 2 1/3 innings today. Dyer fouls one off, and it's still 1-2. The pitch by Fox. Swung on and missed. 4th strikeout for Shane Fox. First out of the 8th inning. And Keystone going back to the bench for Josh Parks. So Parks spells Yastrzemski, who finished 4 for 4 with 4 RBIs. Parks has been pretty much a regular for the Giants, batting .385 with 5 home runs. Hitless in his 1 pinch hitting at bat yesterday. Runner at second, 1 out, ball 1. Ground ball to second base, cut off by the first baseman Lutz. Fox covers for the out, 2 down. Justin Mann due to hit, but Greg Verano is coming up. 3rd consecutive pinch hitter for Keystone. So here's Verano, who's batting .382, another guy who gets appreciable playing time. Strike 1 to him. The pinch runner, Galemo, is at third base with 2 outs. One ball, 2 strikes on Greg Verano. Pitch by Fox. Ground ball softly hit to short. LaDuca throws it high. Lutz comes down on the bag for the 3rd out. Nolan Lutz is a pretty nimble first baseman, and he has saved some throwing errors. In the 8th inning, no runs. There was an error, but that man was left. Bottom of the 8th, 16-9, 18-9. Who can keep track? Washington and Jefferson on top. Plenty of substitutions for the Keystone Giants defensively. Dyer's moving into first base. Verano's gone to left field. The new third baseman, oh, that's Hadsel. He's been in. So it looks like we have a new first baseman and a left fielder. LaDuca bats in the 8th with his team ahead by 9 runs. Nathan Hinckley's pitch is high and outside. LaDuca, 2 for 3 with an RBI single, and he scored a run. 1 ball and 1 strike. Talk about crooked numbers. They're nothing but on that scoreboard. There's a base hit to center field, and that's the 3rd hit of the game for Jacob LaDuca, and that's the 13th for the Presidents. Here is DeCenzo. He has been on base 5 consecutive times. He does not have a hit, and he's 0 for 1. That's one of the oddities of baseball rules. You can score a run without officially being on base. He was safe on an error in the 6th inning. He has walked 3 times and been hit by a pitch. Here's a fly ball to right field again. Here's Estrada. He's got this one. First out of the 8th. Sam Schuster coming up. The catcher is 1 for 4, a 2-run single in the 4th inning. That highlighted a 4-run 4th that put Washington and Jefferson ahead. They took the lead for good at 10-9 in the 5th inning. Hinckley delivers ball 1. Misericordia and Salve Regina fans filing in for this one, hearing their teams had a noon start, wondering what this is going on. Schuster fouls it away, and it's a ball and a strike. There's a ball hit out of play. 1-2 on the catcher, Sam Schuster. One-two pitch. Tap foul at the plate. Pinch hitter is on deck for the Presidents. To bat for Scheider, Luke Virag. He's on deck. Inside, and Schuster turns away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Schuster hits it foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Sam Schuster. High and inside, and that's a full count. Hinckley, the 5th pitcher for Keystone. And they've all been hit around. Ball 4. Hinckley's 3rd walk. That's 11 in the game. And here is the pinch hitter, Luke Virag. I guess he'll take over at 3rd in the 9th, but Scheider has been terrific down there. Virag, 9 hits and 42 at-bats this season. 1 homer. He does have a couple of triples, driven in 8 runs. We have a pinch runner, too, at first base. Alex Tomczyk was listed as a pitcher. We'll have a new catcher in the 9th inning as well. So here's Virag with 2 on and 1 out. There's a strike. Swing and a miss with no balls and 2 strikes. Stream will continue with Paul Garrity coming on for the Misericordia Salve Regina game in the winner's bracket. Virag hits it well to right center field. Getting back on it is Estrada. Short of the warning track, he has it. LaDuca tags at second and takes third. He's there with 2 outs. And here's Tyler Horvat. This is his 7th at bat in 8 innings. 54 different plate appearances today for Washington and Jefferson. In his 6 plate appearances previously, Horvat has 3 singles, a walk, 2 strikeouts. He has scored 4 runs, 3 stolen bases. First baseman Winston Dyer holding the runner. Ball 1 to Horvat. Here's Nathan Hinckley's next pitch. Ball 2. Swing and a miss. 2 balls and 1 strike. Two-two pitch, outside, ball 3. Runner goes, and Horvat fouls it away. Disappointing end to the season for Keystone. They were just a couple games over 500 mid-season. It finished strong to end up with 31 wins, claim their 18th consecutive conference title as Horvat walks. Trevor Dean is coming up. Dean is 1 for 6 with 4 RBIs. He had a 3-run homer last at bat. Hinckley's first pitch to him is swung on and missed. Bases are loaded again for Washington and Jefferson, which was a problem for them early in the game. Right now, it's just something that just is the way they've played the last 6-7 innings of this game. Strike 2 now on Dean. Left the bases loaded in the first and third and almost looked like it again in the fourth. But Schuster's hit sort of broke the seal on things, and they've been unstoppable since. There's a foul fly. Still 0-2 on Dean. They've not been held scoreless since the 2nd inning. They've gotten an awful lot of free base runners, and they've cashed most of them in. 0-2 pitch to Dean is strike 3 called on the outside corner. They don't score in the 8th, ending a streak of 5 consecutive innings with at least 2 runs. They got a hit, and for the 3rd time today, they left the bases loaded. But not that big a deal as we go to the top of the 9th inning, and they lead 18-9. There are several defensive changes to report for Washington and Jefferson. Joe Lehner has come in to play first base. We're working on identifying the new catcher. The new pitcher is Julian Elizondo, and he'll be pitching to Brody Bartenstein, the new catcher. So Elizondo on in relief for Shane Fox, who was terrific. And he really stood out the way this game has played out. 3 1/3 innings for Fox. 2 hits, no runs, a walk, struck out 4. Elizondo on for the 6th time. He's had his struggles. 5 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 7 runs, 6 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Bottom third of the order, Bobby Picorni takes ball 1. He's 0 for 4. It's 18-9 here in the 9th inning. Picorni swings and misses. Fouled away, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's Elizondo's 1-2, low and outside. The new third baseman, as we suspected, is Luke Virag, who pinch hit for Scheider. 2-2 on Picorni. Strike 3. Elizondo gets the first out of the 9th inning, and here's Julio Acosta. Acosta has been Keystone's best player. Double homer, 2 walks. He has 3 runs scored. High fly to left field toward the corner. Klein getting after it, but that's fouling out of play. Knox Meyer is playing right field for the Presidents. The 0-1 pitch. Ground ball in the hole at shortstop. Long throw by LaDuca in time. 2 outs. And now Chris Hadsell. Hadsell has a hit in 4 trips to the plate. Game that has taken 3 hours and 33 minutes. Has seen everything. And the people putting together this box score will need multiple pens. There's a ball poked over second base, and the game continues. Hadsel with his second hit. 13th hit for the Giants. And here is J.T. Thomas. Thomas has 2 of those hits. Plus he's been hit by pitches twice. He drives this one to left center field. Cut off in the gap by Horvat on a double by Thomas. His second 2-base hit of the game. That's the 5th double and 6th extra base hit for the Giants. And this is their first real offensive activity since the 5th inning. Second and third, 2 out for Estrada. Estrada's been hitless in this regional. He came in on a 14-game hitting streak. Almost hit him, ball 1. Again, Elizondo, one of the little-used relievers for the Presidents. Is only his 6th game. High and inside. But the better relievers are not going to be used now because they'll have to pitch later this afternoon. The 2-0. Strike 1. Estrada has a bases-loaded walk today. He's officially 0 for 3. Chopper to third base. The throw is there. Lehner holds the bag, and the game is over. The Presidents of Washington and Jefferson explode in the middle innings, making up a 7-2 deficit, and they go on for an 18-9 win. The totals: the Presidents 18 runs, 13 hits, 4 errors, and they left 13 base runners. Keystone Giants, eliminated today, had 9 runs on 13 hits. They made 4 errors, and they left 11 runners on base. The winning pitcher is Shane Fox. And Fox this season, with that win in relief, improves his record to, where is he at here? There's Shane. He's 3-1. The losing pitcher was Tyler Mullen, I think. Julian Gonzalez? I think it was Gonzalez. Gonzalez was the losing pitcher for Keystone, and his record falls to 1-2. Coming up at about 1 o'clock on this video stream, it'll be Misericordia and Salve Regina, 2 teams that won yesterday. Washington and Jefferson will have some lunch, come back after that game, and they'll play the team that loses. They'll play the loser of the next game between Misericordia and Salve Regina. I'm Jim Riley. Thank you for joining me. Paul Garrity is in next. He'll have the 2 games this afternoon. I'll talk to you tomorrow at 11 for the resumption of this regional in the winner's bracket. Again, the final, as Washington and Jefferson moves on, they defeat Keystone 18-9.
No, I'm gonna go see if he wants to do